She's got, like, elf-shaped ears, too. Like,
Dude, it's her eyes for me.
Yeah.
It's her eyes for me.
Like, crazy.
Fucking stunning. Anyway, so, welcome back, dear listeners. We are, once again... you are unfortunately under my control today, and I do apologize for that, because today's topic, I have decided that we have had far too much grimdark recently, and we are now moving into something that I, at least, find desperately, terribly, hysterically amusing. And it does fall into the dark history category, so we're not falling too far away from topic.
So it's not smashing babies against trees.
No, it is not. Are you prepared for this?
I only know the name. I have zero context for this.
Oh, pray continue.
I don't know what the hell a butter baby is.
Oh, we're not doing the butter baby.
Oh, so this is a whole
surprise. This is an entirely different topic. I figured that once I got started looking into the butter babies and like all of that stuff going into it, which it will be an episode, but like it's going to be a couple of lighthearted episodes away from all of this.
Oh God!
Because it's another yikes. So, all right. Picture this. It is the early. I feel old saying that, so I'm not going to say it. Anyway, it's post-World War I.
Okay.
And the entire world is fucking traumatized.
Yeah.
Like, that was a lot. Like, you know as well as I do World War I and all of...
Oh, it's like... It's watching a parade army. When you look at photos of the beginning of World War I, it's like... Germans in their Kaiser helms, and they're all with their medals, and they have war horses and sabers, and they're going to go fight an honorable battle, and pirates, so the new knights. And then by the end of the war, the ground is red in places. There's like everybody's got a gas mask on.
The end of the war is a whimper.
Yeah, it's just
because everyone is so ready to be done,
and it like solves nothing.
It resolves absolutely nothing. So, on the heels of World War I, is this traumatized resurgence into, like, needing to have closure, to reconnect, you know? Like,
oh no.
Every family has had loved ones just torn away from them. Some of them don't know what happened, some of them do know what happened.
Oh, man.
And still more are just kind of shell-shocked.
Yeah.
Enter the rise of spiritualism.
Yes, absolutely. When the moment you said like lost family members, I was like, oh, we're getting hoax coming around now with crystal balls.
Oh yes, you are so correct. So spiritualism as a resurfacing religion, because like it has this weird sort of like ability to blip in and blip right back out all through history.
Yeah.
And like I know especially after the rise of Christianity, you know, when anything that wasn't monotheism was suddenly labeled satanic and evil and, you know, demonized, it kind of like it's that shadow religion that sort of just kind of like, hey, and then it goes away.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always a kind of, you know, like in the, if you go into like the, every culture has their kind of version, especially in the West and around the popularity of Christianity, a kind of like witchy woman or something.
Yeah, there's always
the Romani or somebody's always around that kind of has whatever it, like with the Romani, it was basically like it's more Christianity, but it's got like an Eastern mystical bent to it. So it's there's a kind of spice to it.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
There's always a crystal ball. There's
yeah.
always someone that like seems to know a little bit more or have that sort of like extra sense. Like there's always someone in the community in the general sort of like space in between religions, right? So like predominantly monotheistic Christian, like, and then suddenly World War I, and fucking everyone is traumatized. And you have people that, like literally, I believe, hang on, let me check my notes real quick. Yeah, like, there's just an estimation of 16 million deaths.
It's wild.
The
U.S. came in on the tail end of it and still lost 1 million people.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy. Yeah.
So, like, the world as a whole is kind of in mourning which creates this sort of like space for spiritualism to just kind of trickle in and then explode. Like you have mediums that are catching famous left and right.
Yeah.
And like it goes from like, you know, quiet seances at home, like because fucking even Abraham Lincoln and his wife held a seance for their son because his wife was so distraught after he died, but that was like 1860 something.
Yeah.
So that was before this.
But they were to your point, they were very popular post Civil War.
Yeah.
There was like ghost and people would reuse tintype photographs.
Yeah.
And there would be a blurry photo, and they were like, "That's the ghost of your grandkid."
No, it's overexposure.
Yeah, right.
So, basically, so many people, like, just did not have the closure that they needed. Like, and of course, therapy at this point is non-existent because the brain,
Right. Yeah. A lot of people actually died in that war. Because of they were accused of cowardice. Guys would get shell-shocked, and then they would be, like, executed for essentially not serving.
Well, yeah, but, like, you know, you're literally in shock. Your brain isn't functioning. So, the rise of mediums and sensitives, and, like, it goes from this you're bringing this person who claims to be able to touch the other side, to see beyond the veil, to borrow a modern term. You're bringing these people into your home to try to contact your loved ones, to, like, make peace. And, you know, get the closure of, like, your loved one has moved on, they're okay.
Right.
And it begins to go from this very private, very, very personal experience with this person who may or may not be a con, to, like, it is widely sensational. Like, they become like vaudeville acts, like shows, like full on, like they would fill theaters and arenas and of just mediums pulling in people to put on a show. And of course we have various names that I'm not sure where you fall in this. This kind of is one of my, like, weird history niches. And I know that you are largely knowledgeable in many things, but
so the famous people in my head around this time. There's a couple of people starting new religions. A little bit maybe before this time, actually.
Well, we're dealing in, like, 1910.
Yeah.
Like.
I think of the, like, early 1900s as being, like, Madame Blavatsky. There's this pair of sisters in New York that does a big show about, like, seeing ghosts and, like, being telepathic and shit.
The Fox sisters.
Yeah,
You are correct.
And then of course, there's the famous Aleister Crowley and the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn that operates throughout, like, basically from Victorian England all the way to about this time period, and everybody kind of gets tired of their bullshit after that.
Emphasis on the bullshit. Yeah. Jesus, that was a lot. We could do a whole episode on that.
Still around, though.
I know.
They're still kicking. They still write books and stuff.
It's fucking wild. So we have the Fox sisters, as you said. We have Andrew Jackson Davis, the Davenport brothers, and the attaché that goes with the Davenport brothers of the very famous author of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah, Sherlock.
Yeah. Mr. White Ship himself.
So, like, people are getting hella fucking famous for being mediums, for being able to contact and, like, you know, woo.
Yeah. They do the woo.
Yes, it is the woo.
Yeah, no,
And we paid a whole fucking nickel for this show, so do the woo. So the Fox sisters are, like, you know them, and they are one of the bigger ones. Like, they are the mediums from Rochester, New York. They got super fucking popular because, like, you know, they started hearing things, having visions. Yeah. Shit started floating around them. Like, they had famously had the knocking spirits.
Yeah.
And they worked out, like, an entire
that was a good act. Like, you read, like, whole things and you're just like, she finally admits it, like, way later in life.
Yes,
but it's like, it's a solid act. And even, like, what's his face, Mr. Escape Artist dude.
Houdini.
Houdini had a hard time figuring their shit out. He was damn, that's
They were using the joints on their fingers and toes.
Yeah.
By the way, so like the second that like the skeptics started like binding them.
Yeah.
And they couldn't perform. That's how they started figuring it out. Or like I believe they put a cushion under one of the sisters' feet. And she couldn't, like, pop her toes to get the knocks. Which, like, how do your joints make that much noise?
It's so loud, it sounds like a knock on the
yes.
table.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Yeah, that's why it's so, and also that they would practice their telepathy bit so much that they were just difficult to trip up.
Yeah.
And it's like, magicians are having a hard time figuring you out.
Well, and think about this is the early age of magicians. Like, this is when magic is still, like, fantastic and wonderful, and people are, like, willing to believe that it's actual magic, as opposed to, like, now, you go see Siegfried and Roy and just like, where the fuck are the strings? How are you doing this? It's not magic. I just want to know how you're doing it.
Right.
But yeah. So there's this pair of sisters, they get super fucking popular. Like, they start with the knocking, and then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until suddenly they're so famous, and now their skeptics are coming after them, and it's time to break up the act. And basically, like, which sister was it? One of them, I wrote it all down. It's a shame my handwriting is illegible. It's one of the sisters. Which one was it? So there are three sisters. There's Leah, Margaret, and Catherine. So you have Leah, Maggie, and Kate. And, like, all three of them are working together in this insanity. And I believe one of them, like, stays largely behind the scenes.
Yeah,
like, she's kind of their manager, and then there's the two on the stage that are the big ticket items. And eventually the act breaks down, and, one of them turns into, like, a lush and gets drunk and admits everything and just kind of destroys it. And when she tries to make a comeback later, they're just like, no, we've done this before. No, thanks. And they sort of get married and fade off into, like, obscurity. But they did this shit for, like, 20, 30 years.
Jeez.
Like, the Fox sisters stayed big. Like, they stayed the name. I believe, they got their start at, like, 1847. So this is, like, pre-war. With the medium things, like,
that's
getting started. Yeah, they spent to quote myself here, they spent the better part of 40 years swindling folk before retiring, and one sister eventually admitting to the trickery before attempting to restart her career.
That's a wild
girl. Ma'am. So, moving on, like, later in the period, like, this is now... Today. Why did I write his birthday down? That's weird.
Maybe it has, maybe just you're trying to place a timeline,
Maybe, I don't know. My notes are a little chaotic, kind of like me. So, Andrew Jackson Davis is another really famous name. I'm actually kind of shocked that you, in particular, haven't heard his name before, because I'm not seeing much recognition on your face.
Like, his family's from the South.
Clearly.
Right, yeah, what a name. Yeah, I mean, like, he's a poster child for the Confederacy. You know what I mean? Like,
he's also known as the Poughkeepsie Seer.
The Poughkeepsie.
Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, that's
so hard to say.
Poughkeepsie. That's like a... God, that almost sounds like New Englandish. Like Puxatawny or something like that. That's...
Well, okay.
Like, these are largely indigenous Native American names, but, like...
Buckle up, because this one's just straight weird. Okay?
Okay.
So this guy, this Andrew Jackson Davis, I'm gonna call him Andrew because his name is long, and frankly he's not in trouble, so I'm not gonna say his whole legal name.
Yeah.
I'm Southern.
Yeah. You gotta put you have to put the Davis on the end too, so that you're not, so it doesn't sound like you're just talking about Andrew Jackson.
Yes. So our boy Andrew is touted as being like the kind of the father of modern spiritualism. He was also known as the healing medium, because homeboy got his start because he was having, like, auditory hallucinations. Possibly. He could have been making it all up, we don't really know. But bro was hearing shit. And then he started seeing shit. And this man, like, famously claimed to be uneducated. Like, had only read one book by the time he was 16. Like he made a big deal about like, I am not educated. I don't know these things. Book learning, not for me.
Oh, so that he could literally like later divine things that would be like common knowledge to an educated person.
Kind of like this. It's super wild. Like he goes on to like his act gets started small. Like he starts predicting things that are in letters. Like somebody will hand him a letter and he'll like summarize it for them. And like hand it back to them. They open the letter. Oh, he did it! Yay! It's a bill. And it begins.
What do you do if you're at this show and there's like, oh, I've got a letter, I haven't opened it, let's see what it says, and you hand it to him and he stops and goes, I'm so sorry. Everybody just gets sad.
Imagine having the power over that crowd like that though. So he begins small, like, predicting things or like guessing stuff. Like he kind of like how we were talking about earlier, being able to like get a beat on a person. Yeah, like
sure.
Cold reads.
Like a good like pre-mentalist.
Yeah,
like he's the guy.
That's kind of his shtick in the beginning, and then fucking abruptly, this man claims to like when he closes his eye and gazes through his third eye, he can see through the human body, and each piece of it lights up, like each system, each organ lights up its own color and light. And like he can not predict, but diagnose your ailment based on what body part is dim in his view. And it's so fucking wild that he does this because like there are instances, there are recorded instances where he's correct. Sure.
Well, I mean, I can imagine if I'm just like trying to divine this myself as a skill, right?
Yeah.
If I'm looking at your body, right, and you have your nails are highly discolored and thick, I might lean towards diabetes. If
your eyes or skin are yellow, that's your liver.
That's your liver. Yeah, like
you are jaundiced.
Right. If you've been clutching your back the whole time you're walking, kidneys. Like that. Or we recently were watching a movie and this it was a Reddit thing and a guy was talking. He's like, I was playing football, I got hit, and then I suddenly felt a really sharp pain in the pit of my stomach, and I was like, appendix.
Yep.
Yeah, like immediate.
Your appendix is get your ass to the hospital.
Yeah.
What the fuck now?
And
oh my god. By the way, speaking of the appendix, do you know one of the trigger signs for a swollen appendix? Raise your hands and jump, and if you're in pain, appendix.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Because it's like right where that what do you call it? It's not a diaphragm. It's like
your diaphragm's up here. Under your rib cage.
There's a line of like fascia skin that holds your organs in at the very like bottom. Like it's like it cradles your guts.
Yeah.
And like that's right where a lot of force lands, which is like right to the side of your appendix. Like that kind of makes sense.
Human body's so fucking cool. But yeah, so like he gains a name for himself like after like beyond his like, oh, I can read your shit. Now he's like the medical medium, the healer. And it's so wild because this man wrote over 30 books, medical texts, based on advice that he had divined from spirits visiting him. Like this, like one of the defining stories of Andrew Jackson Davis is that he came home from a show one evening and like spoke maybe 3 words to his housekeeper and then suddenly fell into a trance and then just ran out of the house. And like there are a couple of versions of the story where like the phrasing is he flew from his home. So it could be interpreted as this man levitated and flew.
Yeah, but probably like, just like he took flight means like he just ran his ass off.
Sprinted.
Yeah, like that's.
And he claims to have woken up 40 miles from his home.
That's a hell of a jog.
Right?
God damn.
In the middle of the
I ran a 4K in the middle of his. Jesus Christ! What
in
the
dress shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he claims to have come to 40 miles from home in the middle of the mountains with now an entire manuscript that had been like written, collaborated with spirits.
Okay, I'm digging I'm digging the strings he's pulling.
I know, right?
Because it's like, I went up to the mountains. All right, Moses. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Like, yeah.
Thank you.
It's like we're pulling on religious imagery now. It's
this
like,
man was so fucking clever.
because he's like, I am not educated. I've only read one book, but I've written 30. It was like Muhammad. Yeah, it was like
He would in
text.
fact later go on to get a medical degree. Now I could not find if this medical degree was like an actual medical degree or if it was one of those honorary ones. Like you know how colleges like to do that?
And especially in that time, it's kind of like your medical degree might be kind of like you're really good at using ether gas and pulling teeth. Yeah, like that's what a fucking nightmare, especially in America because like we invented the shit. That's what's crazy. The first guy to use ether in England was like, we've got it. He was quoted when he introduced it to the college. We've got this new American job. But nobody was using it at first in America. It was like a party drug. Like, it was the craziest shit.
Dude, yeah. It's fucking wild. Like, this medium would go on to become, like, and it's still, okay, get this. His works, like, I stumbled across this while I was doing the research. All of his books and shit, like, he has, like, there's this tiny almost cult.
Oh, sure.
Around his shit. Like, still going on today, like, modern.
Really?
Yes. Like, I found it and I tried to watch some of it, but, like, I don't know if it's just generally because, like, I have my own views on this or, like, you know, how I was raised medical, but, like, it was hard to listen to some of it.
I have seen, when I was a little kid, specifically in, like, South America, but there were some in America too.
I think I know where this is going.
You had these guys, you would lay like you were about to go under surgery, and then they would do this like magic trick where they put their hand inside of you, and then it would come up red and bloody, and they would
pull tumors out of you.
Yeah, they'd be like, I removed your cancer or whatever, and it's like a slop of fucking pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like way more macabre and visceral than say like, you know, Benny, you know, like come and smack the shit out of you in your forehead.
Be healed.
Yeah, the whole like, praise the demons, I release you from the Satan.
The like pastors that just grab your face and shake you.
Yeah, their voice. There was a guy that did this in like the Bahamas. And I can't remember his name, but he was a big con man and just turned out to be a terrible dude. He was like a failed cultist. He had a big cult and then like crumbled and like only he got in trouble. It's crazy. But like but even him speaking a different form of English, right? Because they have their own dialect, right? Still did the thing at the end of every sentence, like praise Jesus.
Well, you know what it is, right?
I have no idea what that is.
It's a pause for time.
Oh, okay. So this is purely stagecraft.
Like it is kind of like you know how like the slam poets or the street poets that like make shit up on the spot.
Yeah.
Will pause and give you that really intense stare, like they're trying to drive their point home. They're actually fucking just thinking about the next rhyme.
Sure, yeah.
That's what that is.
Stall a little bit. Vamping, as they call it in anything else. Yeah, I was like, that's so amazing. So, 30 books.
30. And they're still in rotation today.
About what?
All of it. You'll have to look it up. Like, I urge you to look up the books by Andrew Jackson Davis because they're wild. Like, it is everything from, like almost a biographical of, like, the, you know, and then I began to hear the spirits in the fields while I was tending the fucking sheep. Yeah. Yeah. Is that a real poll? I don't think so. I think I'm making that up, but
it'd be amazing. Might be. And he said, "Take the sheep, who is your son, to the mountain."
Yeah. I caught a lot of like religious echoes in his.
Which is like, if you're gonna pull one of these, like hearkening to a story that is already culturally important is a great way to like put you up on a pedestal a little bit.
Well, like I said, he's still like hailed as the father of like modern spiritualism.
Wow. So what's his, so like, you told me about the organs. Like, he's looking for what I assume is, like, the glow of life.
Yeah, like, that's... So he claimed that, like, the human body, a healthy human body would glow, like, to his third eye. Like, he'd be able to see through your skin and into, like, your systems and organs and shit. And all of it, like, a healthy one would just glow, and it would be different colors for every system and organ, and, like, everything would be fine. And then, like, if you were not healthy and this, like, X thing was sick, its glow would be dimmed. Like, it would be dark there. And he would be like, oh, it's, you have an ulcer in your stomach. You should do chalk about it.
Yeah, right, because what are they going to do with the time? Drink this bismuth powder.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then, like, he gets credibility for getting it right sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I imagine if he was really good at it, he got it right a lot.
Well, that's what confounds me, though. Like, how does, like, and I get that he made a lot. I'm, like, slamming my pencil down because, like, this makes me angry.
Yeah.
I get that he made a big fucking deal about not being educated. Like, this man was originally, like, managed and produced by his father, and then later, like, a failed lawyer turned shoe salesman. There was a lot of that back then.
Reverse Harry Truman?
Just fucking weird.
That's amazing.
But, like,
I went from being a senator to a haberdasher.
Yeah.
It's the wrong way around. Yeah.
But, like, he was produced by, like, homegrown peoples in his community, and then just proceeded to get more and more and more famous and fantastic. Like, these bouts of clairvoyance suddenly turned into medical woo.
Yeah.
I can see your illness.
And what time period did you say this was?
It's the early 1900s. Like he was born in 1826. So he would have come to, like, I don't know,
so he's
light adulthood in, like, 1915 or something.
What, you said 1826?
Yeah.
So he's older in the 1900s.
Yeah. So, like, I think he comes before the Fox sisters, or they kind of start to happen at the same time. I was really loosey-goosey with this timeline here.
But that's, like, because you said he wrote 30 books, so he's doing this, like, all throughout the 1800s.
Yeah, this dude, like, churned out books. Like,
that's so wild.
There's so many.
Because, like, by World War I, we have, like, the ability to set a femur.
Yeah.
Like, real surgery is starting to happen, where people used to just, like, die of bone fever. World War I had this, like,
sepsis
thing, because people used to get shot in the leg, or their legs would get blown from
duels
artillery.
were still weirdly prevalent.
Yeah, there's still a lot of that. There was a sport.
Oh, we're having a disagreement. I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah. There was a sport in France about it, where they shot, like, wax bullets at each other for a little while.
Yeah.
Crazy, but so it's, I get, like, 1850s I completely understand.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, yeah, this is like the height of, this is the height of a lot of loss in the American culture, and also no real medical science.
Yeah.
So people used to just make up terms for shit that you had, like, there's
one doctor would give you a diagnosis, you take that diagnosis to another doctor, and the other doctor's like, the fuck?
Yeah, like, what, like, because it has a kind of nomenclature to it.
Ocular, okay, so it's something in your eyes.
Yeah.
What?
You've got ocular reticulitis, and they'd be like, what does that mean? I don't know, like...
Just making shit up.
Your eyeballs have reticles. Like, too many.
Too many reticles.
Too many reticles. But, like, there was a lot of shit at this time period that was like rickets was a problem.
Yeah.
If you saw if you saw somebody who was, like, pale when they shouldn't be, you've got TB.
Yeah, consumption.
You've got consumption. Yeah, like, or green in the skin. You'd be like, you're drinking shit water. It's your stomach. Like, that's what's going on now.
Well, so yeah, I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
I believe that Mr. Davis over here was a cold reader.
Yeah,
I believe that he was far more educated than he made noise about.
If you're saying that a lot in stagecraft,
he is famously quoted for
I'm
it.
just a simple... I'm a space hyper chicken. I don't know where I was going with that. But it's like the Matlock bit where he's just like, I'm just a stupid Southern lawyer who just happens to have like a photographic memory. And
I think that's what he was driving home with this. Like, I think I personally believe that he was far more educated than he claimed to be.
Yeah.
Like, even if it was only, like, hobby reading.
Yeah, so even self-educated. Like, a lot of people were self-educated to a very high degree.
This was a point in time where you could do that. Where you could educate yourself as opposed to attending an institution and receiving that degree. You could, in fact, educate yourself and then go to the institution, take the test, and get the degree. My
great-grandfather was a structural engineer, and he got his degree by mail.
Yeah.
All of his tests were sent in by mail, and they came in, and he would solve a problem. It took him years, but he would learn how to solve the problem. He would solve it. He would send it back, and they'd be like, "Yeah, you're good, engineer."
Yeah.
And he got a degree. He had that's how he got his structural engineering.
Yeah, there was a period, a point in time where you could do that. Like, the honor system was real, and people actually did the work and put it in. Now, granted, you also had the fucking con artists and shit as evidenced.
Yeah.
But like, you know.
So surely
ocular reticulitis.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I've got periodontal fecalitis. I talk a lot of shit.
What's that mouth do? Eat tacos and talk shit. Talk a lot of shit and eat tacos. Oh, now I want tacos. I think I'm hungry. All right, so anyway, moving on. So we've talked about the father of modern spiritualism, the mook that wrote 30 books and talked to spirits on mountains and could look into your skin and be like, your liver's broken.
Yeah. He's got aluminum in him.
Aluminum.
I hope this guy's voice was crazy gravelly.
Oh my god.
You know, like he's just looking up there, standing there all weird and frazzled with like one big eye cocked up, and like he just comes out there and he's like, you know, like, can you tell me what's wrong with me? You ate too much fish. You know, like just some crazy shit.
Lay off the tuna.
Yeah.
Too much mercury in you. Look at the Hatters. They're all nuts. Anyway.
So what next?
So we're moving forward in the period, and we have the Davenport brothers, which might be a name that you are familiar with. You might be familiar with several of the instances that we're about to go into here, because the Ira and William Davenport, like, whoo boy, were active from about 1854 to like 19 question mark.
Okay.
Because the act got going. Like they once again they were another one that like was inspired by the Fox sisters specifically, because they were like, that's how you put on a show. Hang on, that's how you put on a show. We could do this.
Yeah,
Hold up.
This is carnival barker shit. Like somebody had an idea and now they're gonna take it to the next level.
So these guys are kind of they're touted as mediums, as spiritualists, because, you know, their whole act is communing with the spirits. Oh, stuff, woo. But like their bit, like their thing, like they of course start small like everyone else. Like, you know, they've got the knocking and, you know, the whispers.
Yeah, sure.
They've got a team though. It's not just the brothers. Like, it's not you see the brothers on stage.
No, there's always crowd work.
Yes.
Like the people who handed those letters to Jackson Davis, 100% were in on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is how this works.
I mean, and of course he probably got lucky with one or two like volunteers. It's a bill.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he recognized some case study of mail.
Yeah, like I maintain.
Holmes.
So the Davenport brothers are famously famous. Yeah, sure, that'll just stay there. Famously famous. I said that for their spirit cabinet.
Okay.
Is that ringing a bell?
It's ringing a bell because the spirit box is a thing.
Oh, well, the spirit box is, you know, the radio that goes...
Yeah, but that's like... That continues to be, like, there's a modern version of the spirit box, which is just basically an FM radio that keeps cycling channels.
And then you just get, like, snippets of what's comes in clear, and occasionally you'll get a spooky, like, coincidence of, like, it'll say your name.
Yeah, that it'll be like, Diana, and there's something like that, and I'll be like, what time is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 6 a.m.? Is it fucking Days of Our Lives playing through your spirit box?
So... Their spirit cabinet is kind of the turning point for spiritualism, like coming away from being, you know, a way to connect to the spirits and being a show.
Okay.
So these guys have this cabinet. They built this cabinet with several different compartments. Like, there's a compartment for each of the brothers to be in, and then there's kind of this space in between that's filled with stuff. Like, it's like instruments and knots and things, and like it's stuff to do, basically. It's kind of an activity box.
Oh, because this is a big thing.
Yeah, it's a great big cabinet.
I was imagining like a liquor cabinet that they were like reaching into and like, divining something out.
Think about it as smashing two wardrobes together, kind of.
Okay.
Like that would be your physical kind of scale for size. So it is large, and these brothers are basically like, they explain themselves. We commune with the spirits. We divine, like, you know, we can ask the spirits questions, and you know, they'll knock or play X instrument to give us the answer or acknowledgement, right?
With the idea being that there's a bunch of stuff in this box. So,
and the brothers are tied up in the box to prove that they are not the ones playing the instruments or throwing things, or like, they're basically like, they're kind of precursor escape artists.
I gotta say, because I'm hearing this, sometimes I am very fascinated at how fucking dumb people are sometimes. Because I'm just like, all right, so all the shit's in the box, and they're in the box.
But they're tied up.
Yeah, sure, but it's not that big.
But they're tied up.
Like, I can still
But Brian, they're tied up. And the audience tied them up.
If only I didn't need my toes to blow this horn. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm so glad you get it.
yeah, it's just like, they knocked. It couldn't have been me. My hands are tied.
I'm bound. I can't move.
Yeah.
The audience tied me up. You can ask the audience member, who definitely does not work for me.
Yeah, it's like, here's me just banging my head on the side of the box.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, there are so accounts for their show, like how they get so famous, because they are huge for like 10 years in the US. And then they decide to take their show on the road. Like, they go hop across the pond to Europe.
Yeah.
And
well, I see that going a little bit well, because like the Londoners of this time are just like, anything goes. You know what I mean? Like, even if they know it's bullshit, someone will write a scathing article, but everybody's gonna go watch it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, people are paying for the spectacle of it.
Yeah, sure.
So how their show progresses is like, they do the knocks, they get the spirits in, they talk to them, you know, the spirits all respond, and they're like, all right, now we're gonna get in the box and you're gonna see some shit.
Get in the box.
And they are bound into this box, and the box is closed. And then suddenly, like, you can hear them still, so they'll, like, ask questions, and then, like, drums will start playing, or a little horn will start playing, or, on occasion, an instrument will just get tossed out of the box. But it can't be them. No, they're bound. They're tied up.
Yeah.
They're absolutely... They can't move. The audience did it. So there's no bias there, right?
That's so fucking wild.
And then later, there will be claims of how, like, spectacular and fantastic this show is, because people will say that they see instruments flying around the theater before returning to the stage. Right?
Yeah. I too have done opium and gone to a movie theater. You know, like, I've done drugs and watched a movie.
I'm feeling sad. I'm going to do opium about it.
Yeah, I was like, that's their, like, thing of the day. This is for context, history context, for the listeners. The time period where cocaine is extremely popular.
Yes, cocaine is kind of the historical Tylenol.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm looking at. I don't remember when coke was, like, officially outlawed. I want to say it's in the late 1800s, and that would be so fucking funny.
And cocaine was famously in Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Because the Coca-Cola was originally made as a medical tonic.
Okay, 1914. So yes.
So yeah, but there's congratulations. There's cocaine. Just
everybody's doing
freebasing.
coke and ether and shit, and watching a magic show and losing their mind.
It's a fucking party.
That's amazing.
So the brothers do really well in the U.S. and they decide to take the show on the road, hop across the pond. They do okay, and then things start to break the fuck down. Like, specifically in Liverpool.
Oh, sure. Sure it did. Hey, what the fuck is this? You know, like, just somebody came up and smashed the cabinet.
You are exactly correct. They were mobbed, and the cabinet was destroyed.
Liverpudlians are famously violent.
Yes, and then it happened, they basically, okay, Liverpool goes shit, right? And they are
fucking great, dude.
Like, they destroy the box. The brothers are like, well, fuck, now we gotta build another fucking box. Fuck. So they build another fucking box, and they try to continue on with the show, but Liverpool kind of is infamous because, like, they're arrested, there's a mob.
Yeah.
Like, it is a big fucking thing because, like, basically Liverpool goes, this is a bunch of horse shit, you promised us ghosts, and all you got are slippery fingers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're talking to, so Liverpool too, like, if you've ever heard the song Rocky Road to Dublin.
I have.
About, like,
I'm very familiar with it.
Shillelagh Law was all the rage and all that stuff. And if you slow the song down, you hear all the lyrics. What happens in that song is the Irish guy goes from Dublin, gets on a ship, that he just jumps on, starts working on the crew to get on a ship, because he's going to go see stuff.
As one used to do.
And he goes to Liverpool. And what happens is he gets harassed in Liverpool, and then he starts shouting. And then when people shout hooray to the Rocky Road to Dublin, that's all the other Irish people jumping in to fight the guys in Liverpool. That's what's happening in that song, and they're swinging sticks at each other.
That's fucking nuts.
Because Liverpool used to be the place where, like, Irish dock workers and English dock workers had fucking beef because they were constantly in contest for the job.
Everything I know about Liverpool comes from Constantine, and frankly, this tracks.
This is like, Liverpool is like it's the shipyard type area. It's a major shipyard, and so it's like there's a lot of dock workers and a lot of shit going on there. And that is so fucking funny that these guys went to, like, Liverpool and they're like, we're gonna stand in front of a group of people.
And lie.
There are 100% tin pickpockets in the fucking crowd. And then pull a con that is basically like, behind this closed door, I'm gonna undo these binds and start throwing shit out of a box.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. And they try that shit again in Paris, right?
That's even better. That's even better.
The police got involved.
They're gonna get stabbed.
Because, like, people were demanding their money back.
Yeah.
And, like, I think they were jailed in Paris, too, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, for pulling a con.
Straight up con men. Yeah. Fucking shit goes absolutely just wrong and sideways to the point where the brothers are like, all right, I need a break.
This, even funnier, I have to mention this because it's so goddamn funny to me. Paris this time. You know what's going on in Paris?
Yeah, fucking no. You couldn't have paid me to go to Paris.
You couldn't have paid me to go to Paris.
No.
Here's what's going on in Paris right now. The government's being the government, and anarchism is being pinned for the first time.
Yeah, fucking
that's what's happening in Paris. Joseph Proudhon and a couple of other people are writing each other.
I repeat,
and inventing anarchism.
Could not have paid me to go to Paris at this point.
There is that people are kind of fed up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like there's
and lo, they were arrested.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fucking great, man.
Oh my god. So,
also home to, like, most of the most educated people in the world.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking at there's a couple of places
and art and fashion.
Yeah.
And just Paris is the it spot, and you still could not have paid me to go to Paris in the early 1900s.
It's pretty rough for a little while.
Fucking no.
Yeah.
You want to go where? Mm-mm. Nah. Can we go to Greece?
Fuck. Dude.
I mean, if we just have the money to go abroad.
Yeah. Go invent archaeology.
Yeah.
With all the rich Englanders.
Yeah. Fucking right.
That's so fucking crazy. It's like, so you go to Liverpool, you go to Paris, and then you're just like, next stop, Bowery Row, New York. I'm gonna pull this con in front of a bunch of guys that 100% know what the fuck I'm doing.
Dude, it's insane. So they come back to the States and, like, you know, they continue on their thing despite the wreck that was the European tour.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, and they're beginning to attract, like, skeptics and stuff because obviously the box was destroyed in Liverpool. Yeah. And so, like, and lo and fucking behold, a voice speaks out for them. Do you know who it is? Arthur Conan fucking Doyle.
Yeah, because he had a big thing for this.
He was all about that spiritualism. Like, this man remained a staunch fucking believer. He was one of the loudest voices in support of spiritualism.
Which is so weird because he himself debunked so many of them.
I know.
And, like, Sherlock Holmes as a character is basically, like, he's Watson.
Yeah.
In real life, Watson's a self-insert. Arthur Conan Doyle fought in the Boer Wars, was a historian to start off with.
Right? This man
was an educated medical officer, like all that kind of shit. He is Dr. Watson. And Holmes is probably like a number of people combined. You know,
it's fucking wild that this man is like spiritualism.
And but like
hit the table and that was dumb. My bad.
That's so fucking crazy. I love him so much, though.
He was a fun little weirdo.
He's a weird dude, but his books were excellent.
I know.
Every time you pick up a Sherlock Holmes stuff, it's just kind of like the most singular thing I've ever. Every book starts with the same line.
Yeah,
and you're just like, how did you pull this off?
Who cares?
Yeah, like
I'm so in. So yeah, Arthur Conan Doyle like stands up and is like, nah, they're legit. It's cool. I'm support this. I'm support this.
Yeah.
Like, he's all in for this spiritualism. And,
this
like...
is so fucked.
He's one of the loudest voices that supports the movement in general. But, like, he stands up for the Davenport brothers and even goes so far as to, like, make an introduction between Ira and Harry fucking Houdini.
Of course.
Like, because, you know, Doyle and Houdini were like...
Yeah, that was part of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Was Houdini. It was his ability to do these things.
The straight fucking bromance there, I'm for it. So, like, he would go on to introduce Houdini to, like, the living brother, because at some point William died. And, like, that was part of what, like, pulled Ira off of the whole, like, bent thing. And so Ira, like, Houdini would be introduced to him, and he'd be like, yo, what? What? Yeah. What? And I would be like, yo, here's how we did it. And Houdini stood fucking impressed. Because not only was this a masterclass of showmanship and, like, you know, pulling the wool over people's eyes, which, like, he wasn't really down for that part of it.
Yeah, he
but
was
the sheer skill of their escapism, like, their ability to slide out of the knots, back into the knots.
Sure. Because that, in fact, now thinking about this, now that you've mentioned this, a big part of Houdini's thing is that they would, like, he would have cops put him in a bunch of cuffs, but then he would, like, get behind a curtain, and he would make people wait. Like, his shows were really long.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, bam, 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 I'm out of the cuffs.
Because he was actually escaping versus a gimmick.
And he could do it real fast.
Yeah, this dude nearly suffocated himself twice, nearly drowned like 4 or 5 times. Like, he was putting his body through some shit.
But he would have himself wrapped up in chains, and he would stretch it out to build suspense.
Yeah.
And, like, all of his friends said that. It was like he could get out of those in, like, 5 seconds flat. Because he could pick locks real fast, and because he was double jointed in, like, every...
He was hypermobile, double jointed. He already had a small and slight stature.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you've seen some of the pictures of Houdini. Like, you look at this man, and I don't see anything slight about his stature.
No, he was jacked.
He
was absolutely
made
jacked.
of fucking muscle, bro.
He used to have people come up and just punch him in the gut.
Yeah,
and,
that's
like,
how
he
he
would just
died.
stand there. Yeah, because he probably ruptured his appendix. And it always comes back. He should have had...
Andrew Jackson Davis.
Yeah, Andrew Jackson Davis. He could have told him his appendix light had gone out.
Well, actually, hilariously, he knew something was wrong. He knew he was ill, but, like, you know, the constant showman that he was like, no, the show must go on.
Yeah.
And then he got sucker punched and, well, pop!
Yeah.
Anyway, so, yeah. So, so Arthur Conan Doyle makes the introduction to the Davenport brothers, bringing in Houdini, and...
Flip the page.
Houdini is a petty fucking bitch!
Yeah, very much so.
So... Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring you to the crux of this episode, because this is what this whole thing was about. I told you all of this to tell you this.
Okay.
Harry fucking Houdini is like the queen petty bitch. And I say this in the most loving way possible because I love Houdini. Like, I was one of those kids that was, like, down bad for magic, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was never good enough for any of it other than, like, the most basic sleight of hand. So, like, I stand in awe of this man that did it in, like, 1920. When we have all of the modern fuckery to do it for you. This man was doing the damn thing.
Oh, and some of his foresight, like the thing where he like puts a picture in a tree or some shit. Like they did it. It was in a movie. I don't know if it was real that Houdini did this, but there's a lot of things attributed to him.
Wasn't that from Now You See Me?
Yeah, where he like puts the picture in the tree and the tree grows around it and all that shit. There's so many stories that are attributed to him about him like pulling like 10-year cons for a fucking magic trick. And
there's so much lore around Houdini. I don't even know how much of it is true anymore. But despite his amazing skill, like as an escape artist, as a magician, as a showman, as a businessman, to be perfectly honest, like, dude was a bro. I would have hung out with him.
Yeah.
Like 10 toes down. I'd have been down for this man. Like, let's go chill. So, Harry Houdini is America's favorite fucking escape artist, illusionist. Like, he is, like, there isn't anyone who doesn't know Houdini, right?
Right. Yeah, he's super world famous.
This man had beef with spiritualism and mediums. Like, he was a mama's boy, okay? And, like, we support it. Yes, I absolutely. Like, he was his mama's boy. And when his mother died, he was distraught, as one would be, like, you know, losing a parent. But he was, like, especially down because of it. And, like, you know, his mom and his wife were, like, his two best friends.
Yeah.
Which, I love it. Yes, your wife should be your best friend. But, so he had beef with mediums, and we'll get to that in just a second. But this man was also the president of the Society for American Magicians. Okay? Like, I don't know if he made this, or if he just, like, entered in and became the president.
I don't know. I don't remember how involved he was with that. I imagine he's got to be one of the first.
I think so. I'm not really sure if he founded it or if he just, like, became a member of it. But the point is, like, the American Society of Magicians had him at the head of it. And this is a man that hates fakes, hates copycats.
Yeah.
Like, he went for fucking blood. And it kind of, like, from what I found, I'm probably incorrect, but, like, you know, me tracking it as the amateur that I am, it all comes back to he went to a medium to talk to his mother.
Okay. I do know this one. It's very funny to me, being a person who was raised around many Jewish people.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just kind of like, I'll let you get into it, and then I'll tell you my spiel about this.
So he goes to a medium to speak to his mother because he misses her, he's sad. Like, you know, he's grieving. And that's kind of the thing to do, right? Is, like, you know, you go talk to a spiritualist or a medium and, you know, you get your closure and you move on. I don't know what this woman was thinking. I really don't.
Yeah.
But this medium claims to channel his mother and speaks to him and, you know, tells him all of the things that she thinks he wants to hear. And while she's doing this, she's kind of doing the spirit writing.
Intuitive writing stuff where you're just, like, just jotting down.
Yeah, you appear to basically be just scribbling. And, like, you know, the spirit is taking control of your hand and doing the thing. Well, according to her, as she's channeling this spirit of Cecilia, the medium would, like, literally draw the sign of the cross.
Yeah.
Completely missing the entire fucking memo of, like, Cecilia and Houdini. Or, I believe his name was Eric, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll go with Harry because it's his stage name. That they are Jewish. They are strongly Jewish. They're from Hungary.
Yeah.
Jewish. Why the hell would a Jewish woman draw the sign of a cross?
Exactly.
Why? Why?
It's just...
And Houdini is just table flip mad that this woman would just, like, con him, of all people. Yeah. Because at this point, he's already famous. Like, you know, you have Harry fucking Houdini in your parlor asking to speak to his mother. Bitch, do your research.
Yeah, like, even in that day, you're kind of like, it's not like he's just some guy.
Yeah, he's not some mook off the street.
Famous magician in the world. You know, like...
Yeah.
It's like him and Mesmer. And Mesmer's not even a magician. He's a psychotherapist that's trying to, like... mesmerize you, literally, so that you can lay down and have surgery or whatever.
It's like weird hypnotism.
Yeah, the animal magnetism stuff. And then you're just like...
The fucking sign of the goddamn cross.
Yeah, it's just, that's a very...
First of all, leave religion the fuck out of it.
It's such a risky call.
Yeah.
When you're, like, just making up stuff about someone.
Yeah, when you're cold reading someone.
Keep it vague.
Yes.
And you're just like, that's pretty specific. Especially in a time period where, like, religions were a lot more... It mattered if you were a Baptist or a Methodist.
Yeah.
Today, it doesn't matter that much. It really doesn't say anything about anyone. But, like, Great Awakening America, like, between, like, the 1800s and early 1900s, when you've got these swings and these different religious movements, it matters.
Yeah.
Right? Like if somebody's, like, a Catholic... or a Lutheran, and you're just like, and your mother's with the Pope. Like, them's fighting words if he's a Lutheran.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I get that in this time period, especially, like, and predominantly now, Christianity is, like, the religion.
Yeah.
Like, you are safe to assume that someone is a Christian.
Yeah,
and
predominant.
Like, given the general iconography of Christianity, a sign of the cross wouldn't necessarily be a risky thing.
Yeah,
because like almost all of the Christian flavors that follow under it, like, you wear a cross,
Yeah, it's a symbol for, like, most things.
Yeah.
Unless you get super specific with it, like the style or iconography. So it's not. I guess it's not as risky as I imagine it.
So Houdini gets table flip mad, calls her a fraud, ruins her career, right? And, like, yeah, he's all of 5'6", but he's built like a fucking beer keg.
He would prize fight people. Like, he was pretty tough looking.
He was ripped, jacked. Like, there's a picture of him, like, chained, about to get stuffed into a milk can, and you can see the muscles in his thighs specifically. That's not what I'm looking for. I really don't want to type in Houdini thighs.
Oh man, they're magical.
It's this picture, but it's like you can see the musculature in his thighs and in his arms, and, like, looking at his traps specifically.
Yeah, he's not like modern ripped, where, like, all of his abs and shit are showing. But
I believe he has what would modernly be called a sleeper build.
Yeah, there's a thin layer of fat over
muscle.
Solid muscle. Yeah.
So this kind of sort of, like, lights the fuse on his one-man fucking crusade against, like, fake spiritualists. like I'm not even joking when I say this. He goes so far as to, like, in disguise, go undercover with cops to out frauds and get them arrested. He speaks before Congress for, like, legislation to outlaw this shit. Like, he's so fucking mad.
You know what, though? Like, I get it. I really do, because it always... There's a lady, at the risk of... I don't know if she's alive anymore, to be honest. She's not super old, so she probably is. I think her name is Sylvia Brown. Remember that? She was, like, the medium to the stars.
Is that her?
It's a blonde lady with crazy looking eyes. Like, hyper intense looking eyes. And she used to be on, like, Montel. Yep, that's her. That's her, looking like just fucking... See, when she doesn't have the makeup on...
She looks normal.
She looks normal. This is a part of the act. When she's got the makeup on, she's like... She's got the vision. You know what I mean? Like, her eyes are all bulging out.
I don't know if she's got the vision, but she might have the itis.
Yeah, when she's really, like, weird looking and she's got all the white pancake makeup on, you kind of look at her and she's got, like, fuck, she's got, I don't know, arsenic poisoning or something. Looking pretty mercury based right now.
You are gray.
But her stuff is like, she gets on the stage and she's like, yes, like the eye peering and the whole thing, and they're selling books about, like, Ghosts are fun, right? Ghosts are fun, and if you understand that it's a big thing and that it's kind of a mentalism show, that's fine. But I get Houdini's thing, because Houdini's thing is like, when Sylvia Browne does her stuff, essentially she's bringing comfort to people. Mm-hmm. She's not pulling a Miss Cleo, right, where you call in and give her money. She's just like, I'm on Montel. Maybe she's taking Montel's money. I don't know. But for the most part, she's just doing crowd work, and everybody goes, whoa, and then they go home. That's it. There's no, like, con. It's just, she's just doing her thing. You know, like, I'm sure there's a con when it comes to the wealthier people that run in her circles. But she's not, like, blatant about it. Montel's got fucking money, right? Like, he can give her 10 grand to talk to his dead relatives or whatever. So, like, but some of these people, like the star hotline, psychic hotline, all that kind of stuff, California psychics, like, fuck those people. Or really, they make me so angry. The predatory ones. They're super predatory. Yeah. Because they operate on giving you relief largely through hope. Mm-hmm. And it's why I don't like televangelists. I am not, like, I might be giving the impression over this episode that I'm, like, anti-religious. I'm not really. But I am vehemently anti-prosperity gospel. Mm-hmm. Those guys that are like, sow a seed and send us $5 and 700 Club? 700 Club. Yeah, dude. All that bullshit. And I'm like,
fuck off, Pat Robinson.
Yeah, all the fucking guys in their private jets and their Cadillac Escalades and all that shit. I'm like, you're the goddamn devil.
Yeah.
Every time, like Kenneth Copeland in his dead eyes. I'm just like, you are not, you're some kind of demon, I'm sure. And it's HopeCon. I'm going to throw this out and you're going to give me a lot of money because you want to latch on to something. And I can't call, like, the people who get taken by this, I don't like to call them rubes, because often they're very old, or they're very sick, or they've just lost a loved one. And they're like, deeply depressed. Vulnerable. Yeah, they're in a very...
Vulnerable, that's a good word for it.
They are very vulnerable. And where a ethical religious leader who's more interested in your, like, spiritual well-being, basically, and happiness, might, like, comfort you and try to get you into community with your neighbors that are in your local church, and you know these people, they're in your community. Get around other human beings and build connections and move on with your life, because now you have other people to love and take care of you, and you to take care of them. Their whole thing is miracles and money.
Pay me money, I give you this thing.
Yeah.
But only I can give you this thing, so you have to continue paying me
money. Which is fucking bonkers, because, like, the very core of, like, say, Protestantism as a theology is your connection to God is yours. You don't need to go through someone else to get it. That's the split. That's Martin Luther's split from Catholicism.
Yep.
Right? With extra steps, because Lutheranism is like Catholic Light. There's still, like, communion and everything else. When you get into modern Protestant non-denominational faith, the idea is your connection to the divine is yours. You have a personal relationship. You're talking to God. You don't go through anyone. There's not, like, if you're healed of something, it's because of something you did, like in your relationship with the divine. There's not, like, a guy who's delivering Jesus to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's not supposed to work that way. It's you have a connection to Jesus. Like, there's no middleman in modern, like, non-denominational Protestantism.
Non-denominational Christianity in general.
In general, yeah.
Like, it's the holdouts for that middleman is, like, Catholicism.
Yeah, you've got some kind of structure, and that has value in its own way, because it enforces tradition, and tradition is important.
And there is a kind of beauty in tradition.
It's Stephen Colbert said
ritual. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, like Stephen Colbert was talking about politics and a thing. He was talking to a Catholic priest, and he said he was vehemently against the intermingling of politics and religion. I agree, because you're not getting religion into my politics. You're getting politics into my religion. And then what happens if your religion fails? Or it gets taken over by an oligarch? Well, that's like a mighty weak god that can be toppled by like a policy change. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't favor the religion, it hurts it quite a bit,
yep.
You know, and it can corrupt it. So like but people, like, I get his beef with this because people like those 900, those like 999 hotlines that get you hooked and then charge you exorbitant fees to string you along to talk to your dead wife.
To give you crumbs of hope.
Yeah,
and then keep you there.
Is really disgusting. Mm-hmm. And I'm ranting.
No, it's fine. I get it. I understand. I allotted for this. I predicted you. Ha-ha! So, Houdini, like I said, begins his one-man crusade against all of the fucking frauds. All of the frauds, all of the copycats. Like, he's so fucking pissed off. He begins doing, like, sub-shows of, like, this is how the mediums are doing it. And he just lays bare all of their, like the knocking.
Yeah.
The how to slip the ropes to, like, you know, play the instruments. Like, he's giving away all of their secrets. And he's getting some of them arrested. He sued the pants off of one guy because, like, he dared to do a bad copy of one of his escape tricks. Like, he sued and won.
That's amazing.
Like, bro. So, like, he's doing public demonstrations of how the mediums are doing things, like tricking people and all of that. Like, he is Snap's petty fucking queen. And then, like, through all of this time, he's of course very good friends with Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah.
Like, they're bros. That is a whole bromance happening there. And Arthur Conan Doyle is like, you know, no, we'll find a real one.
Yeah.
We'll just keep going. We'll find a real one. We'll find one!
Yeah.
And Houdini's like, yeah, sure. Uh-huh. So they continue to go, and they are... Oh... It eventually causes a split in their friendship. Like, they're like, I think it was Houdini who famously said, he's sincere but deluded.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I love him, but this is what it is. And, of course, eventually, you know, our man gets sick and then sucker punched, and then he's on his deathbed, he's dying. Like, taken far too soon, right? Because, like, not only was he, like, a bro... because, you know, he just is who he is, right? Yeah. He's a master showman. He's good to his wife. Like, he's good to his family. He's a good friend. Like, all reports of this man say thumbs up golden retriever.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, there's not a lot of negative reports about Houdini.
Like, the most negative I managed to find was that he was kind of a workaholic. But considering his trade and, you know, his side hobby of outin' folk...
Yeah.
That tracks. So, to cement his place as the, like, Empress of Petty, he, on his deathbed, tells his wife, like, makes a pact with her. Do a seance to find me every year. And I'm gonna give you a code word. And if you don't hear this code word, you out that bitch.
Yeah.
If they say it's me... and you don't get this code word, fucking ruin them.
From the grave. That's amazing.
From the fucking grave. And Bess, bless her goddamn heart, does it. She holds a seance on Halloween every year for 10 years. Never once does she get that code word.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And eventually, like, she stops and she's like, 10 years is long enough to wait for my man. He's clearly not coming through, and all y'all are fucking frauds.
Yeah.
Queen. Queen material. From the grave, this man is ruining folk.
That's hilarious. I have heard some of the ending of this. There's so much that I did not... The spirit box thing. I've roughly heard of a spirit box.
Oh, yeah, the spirit cabinet?
Yeah, the spirit cabinet. And
The fucking audacity.
The hapless luck to go to Liverpool of all places. It's like I cannot, like, if on a world tour of like worst places to pull this shit,
right?
It starts in, it kind of like, 'cause there's enough people in New York and there's enough like people who just want curiosity. You could probably get away with it in like Manhattan and most parts of New York.
Yeah, that's largely where the shows were the biggest.
Yeah, because there's just a lot of weird shit. There's like a talking horse and all kinds of stuff. Like,
and people want to be fooled.
Yeah, it's New York is the land of vaudeville. People are going to see silly shit. They don't care.
This is the age of spiritualism, like, you know, where people are wanting to reconnect. They're wanting to know that there is life beyond.
Yeah.
You know, like it's kind of you know, it's an existential sort of dread. Like, what happens? You just cease.
Yeah.
Or is there something else?
Right.
And the problem is nobody fucking knows.
Yeah, there's nobody tapping back in to tell you.
Yeah, or if these mediums are to be believed, when so many of them are debunked.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, outed as frauds and showmen, people continue to go.
And what is also pretty funny to me about the general premise about spiritualism, especially as it encounters Christianity, is that I imagine if you were to be like in 1914 and you were to talk to like just some friar, he would probably be pretty irritated about it, right? Because like the whole premise is like, no, then you move on. The premise is you don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't want to stay here.
Yeah, if you're a person
Why?
of faith, you want to go on. You want to do something else. So like, the whole premise is a bit weird. And at the same time, that like, you know, it's the early 1900s. Mm-hmm. People are flying planes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
Houdini was one of the first ones to actually fly something in Australia.
Like, it's
I read it earlier.
There's
and it
like
stick.
zeppelins in the sky and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
When you get into the early 1900s, you're looking at like modern technology. You know, like, and it's still, you have pockets where mysticism very much rules. You know, like, and it's that's always been so interesting to me.
But yeah, this is a shockingly modern period.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fucking wild to me. Like, just all of that, because...
Could you imagine pulling that shit today? I'm gonna step in this box and crazy ghosts are gonna happen. You're gonna handcuff me, and then a horn's gonna fly to the top. Like any.
And this man that's tying the ropes absolutely does not work for me. I've never met him before in my life. Not so tight, Uncle Steve.
Yeah. And then, like, even if they did, if I saw a guy and I'm like, yeah, those are real cuffs, and then, like, he goes into a box and then something starts flying out of the box or some drum starts playing, it's like, hey, that guy's kicking the box.
Yeah.
He grabbed it with his mouth and threw it on the top of the box. You know, it's like, how would you... It's so ridiculous.
And then, like, we could go on with the whole spiritualist thing, because, like, you know, there were the spirit pictures, the ectoplasm.
Yeah.
And, like, there were all of these gimmicks and gags and, like, bits that people were using to, like, make themselves more authentic. And then, like, continuing on, Houdini's just like...
Yeah.
It's cheesecloth.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, fuck you and your... Like... And the wildest thing is the coolest ghost-looking thing is an optical illusion, and the guy that came up with it, whose name is Pepper, is just like... Pepper's ghost.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, look, I found a trick with light. It's not, he didn't try to pass it off. It's like a parlor thing that he's like, come see Pepper's ghost. It's a cool show. He doesn't try to make, you know, like, it's real. He's just like, it's it's magic. It's illusion. It's neat, you know?
Yeah. I found that he didn't have a problem with the ones that were, like, illusionists.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, look, I'm here and now I'm over here. How'd I do it? It's like, well, it's a projection of light. Like, you could teach it and be like, isn't that neat? You know?
But he specifically went after the ones that were being predatory, that were that were, like, you know, taking people's money. And
because you do a trick on stage and people liked it. They got what they came for. They paid and they saw a cool trick and they were like, that's awesome, and they went home. And it was like, I wonder how he did it. Isn't that neat? You know, Carl Mesmer hypnotizes somebody and they're like, oh, that's cool. You know, like, people are trying to find uses for it. Scientists are wondering how it works. He was wondering how it worked. You know, like, that was his whole thing. But the fucking, the Miss Cleos of the world. You know, she was from, like, Minnesota or some shit?
Yes, I did.
With that Miss Cleo.
Yeah,
was like,
that accent, though. Having now heard, like, a real
one,
Jamaican accent.
Oh, my God.
Wow, people fell for that.
Dude, yeah, you go back and hear it and you're like, it's like this weird fake ass patois. But it's like with no patois words at all. And you're just like, you vaguely sound like somebody from Jamaica, but like in a like high school play kind of way.
Yeah,
you know,
you
like,
are a parody.
Yeah, and it's just like, who the fuck is this, dude? Like, and the funny thing is, she probably was or some shit. I'm gonna look it up later. She is probably from. And I'm talking shit about her.
Why we gonna wait?
I could have swore that she was from like Minnesota or some crap. Oh my God.
All right, so American television personality portraying Miss Cleo. All right, so what was her name? Yori Dell. Her name's pretty.
Yeah.
She was from California.
That's amazing. She is the California psychic. She's the original. That's so fucking cool.
You know, and I bet I know why she got so popular. She's very pretty.
No, she was the commercials were well shot. She was very engaging.
Charisma, man.
Yeah. It's a cult, man. Like, I mean, it really will get you. Thank you for sharing me. The story of like spirit, like Houdini's crushing of spiritualist con man.
Yes. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. This one came to me. I was gonna do something else, which I have on reserve, but this one came to me through my friend Meg. She sent me a TikTok that was just Houdini being petty, and I was like, wait, hold on, hang on, wait, I can use this. Because it's just, the deeper I dug, the better it got.
Dude.
And once again, this is like, this is certainly not a life and times of like Harry Houdini, because that could be its own segment in and of itself. Like his entire story is just all of it, like with the exception of the end. But my God. From the grave.
Yeah.
Ruining people from the grave.
Still fucking up these con men after
10 years later. Fuck yeah.
Dude.
I aspire to that.
See, and this is like the thing that I have about these like spiritual mediums too, that I don't have about tarot card readers. Right? Like that people who charge money for tarot card readers. Tarot's fun.
Yeah.
And then I leave.
Yep.
And they tell me some vague stuff that I kind of know is pretty vague. And if it helps me, like, because my opinion on tarot is this. It's a great way to self-explore.
Thank you. I agree completely.
Yeah. It's a lot, it's kind of vague, but you can be like, how would that make sense in context of my life? It's kind of shadow work in its own way.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, it forces you to work on yourself.
Yeah.
Or forces you to view yourself differently.
Yeah, and if you have a person who's reading for you, and they're a showman, and they're making things positive, well, you probably left feeling a little better.
Yeah.
And you're
and you have received a service that you paid for.
Yeah, you're out like $5. It's not expensive to have a tarot card read.
At most, an expensive tarot card read is going to be $25.
Yeah, and you get like the room and somebody with these cool ass cards and
fuck yeah, you get an experience with that one.
Yeah, it's a whole bit, right? And they do the palms and then the whole nine. And also, people have been doing this for now, like. Does it really come from, like, old Romani tradition? Probably not. No. But, like, is it now, like, 100 years old easily? And people do it, and it's fun, and it's kind of like a cultural thing that we all know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like, whereas the fucking... The person telling you that your dead grandma wants you to... tells you she's okay or whatever, like, can be harmless... But often isn't, because they're just like, that's all the time I have for today, and then you got to come back.
Yes.
You know,
if you want to continue the conversation, you have to come back. If you want to get your answers, if you want to find that lost family treasure.
Right.
Like the heirloom that you've been searching for, come back next time. Maybe she'll have more time next time. And then that next time turns to the next day. It's predatory.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I understand.
Fuck. I have no tagline. I have no sign off.
I don't either.
This is fairly a fun episode, so it wasn't like fucking soul crushing like the previous one.
So that's it. That is our sojourn into spiritualism in the early 1900s, post World War I, and Houdini's one-man fucking crusade against all the fucking fakes, ruining shit from the grave. I aspire to this level of petty. One day, I will ruin people's careers from the grave.
It's fucking amazing.
I love it. So I figured that would be a fun kind of palate cleanser between all of the
oh my god
that we've been doing.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Half of the reason I was okay with like being like in between all these films, being sick and having to fumigate my house and everything, it's just like the Magdalene laundries and then doing the thing on Pol Pot.
Yep.
Which I roughly knew about, but didn't know like all of it.
The extent thereof.
Yeah, like fuck, dude, what the hell was that?
All right, that's it. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. It was cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
I like that. And I also like the Liverpool thing's killing me.
I know.
That's so
I know, right?
Stupid.
Fucking of all places, Liverpool. Why did you do that to yourself?
I hope they had like that weird transatlantic accent all the time.
and
now you see, he put me in the box, boy. I'm going to be tying my hands up behind my back. I'm going to put a ball in my mouth and spit it at you. You know, like.
But it's the spirits.
Yeah.